Another example, in Luke, you know the boy Jesus scene where Jesus is 12, goes in the temple and wows everybody with his knowledge. That whole story emulates the Emmaus narrative in Luke. In the Emmaus narrative, when Jesus dies, his disciples are like sad and they're going to the nearest town, Emmaus, and then they meet this stranger and they realize, oh, this stranger must be Jesus. And so there's this whole sort of storyline going on. These two stories are in parallel. Both take place after one day after the Passover. Both involve a couple departing Jerusalem. Both find that Jesus is not with them. His parents, when they left Jerusalem, find that Jesus isn't with them, and the people, the couple that are going to Emmaus, think Jesus is not with them because they meet this stranger. They think he's dead. In the boy Jesus version, his parents are distraught that Jesus is not with them. In the other story, the disciples, because of Jesus was dead, also mentions that they were distraught that Jesus was not with them. In the parents' story, in the early story, the parents quickly return to Jerusalem as soon as they realize he is absent, that Jesus is absent. In the Emmaus narrative, the disciples quickly return to Jerusalem as soon as they realize he is present, because that's the moment they realize, oh, this was Jesus, we got to go tell everybody. So there's the same parallel structure here. Some things are being reversed, some things are being identical. In both stories, it says they find Jesus after 3 days or on the third day. In both stories, Jesus asks them, why are you looking for me, in the case of his parents, and in the other one it says, what are you talking about? So he's asking a question in both places. In both places, Jesus amazes them with knowledge of Scripture, and then they both have the exact same line, or the exact same word, the exact same verb is used, where he's talking about, it's necessary for me to be among the things of my Father, and then in the last section it says, it's necessary for the Messiah to suffer these things. So there's parallels all the way up and down the course of this. Both stories feature people not understanding what has happened. Both feature a disappearance of Jesus. Both climax on the third day, and both suddenly appear for the first time in Luke, despite being far too remarkable for any previous gospel to omit. That's a dead giveaway that Luke fabricated these stories to make a point.